KSMO Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Several people are dead after a small plane crashed into a Florida mobile home park last night.
Clearwater, Florida Fire Chief Scott Ehlers says they raced to the scene of a fiery explosion at the Bayside Waters mobile home park Thursday night, arriving just ahead of responders from the St. Petersburg Clearwater Airport.
The tower over there was able to get a radio transmission from the pilot that he was having a mayday, and the aircraft went off radar.
The Federal Aviation Administration reports that the pilot of the single-engine Beechcraft Bonanza V-35 reported an engine failure shortly before the aircraft went down.
I can confirm that we have several fatalities, both from the aircraft and within the mobile home.
Ehlers says the FAA and NTSB will be involved in the crash investigation. I'm Jennifer King.
Tesla is recalling nearly all of the vehicles it has sold in the U.S. because some warning lights on the instrument panel are too small. We'll get the January jobs report this morning. The AP's Donna Warder.
Economists surveyed by the data from FactSet believe that January's job report will show that employers added a solid 177,000 jobs and that the unemployment rate came in at 3.8%. That would mark 2 straight years of unemployment below 4%, the longest such streak since the 1960s. Donna Warder, Washington.
The West Coast is wrestling with back-to-back storms. They've already seen heavy rain, flooding, snow in the mountains, and more bad weather's expected on Sunday. Punxsutawney Phil predicted an early spring this morning in Gobbler's Knob, Pennsylvania, scene of the Groundhog Day celebration. Sweden is investigating a dangerous object it says was found at the Israeli embassy in Stockholm as possible terrorism. Media in Sweden say it was a hand grenade. This is AP News. Now to the newest version of the COVID vaccine.
A new study has been released on the effectiveness of the latest version of the coronavirus vaccine. The study involves 9,000 people who got tested at CVS and Walgreens pharmacies, and the vaccine was 54% effective at preventing symptomatic infection in adults. The CDC recommends the new shots for everyone 6 months and older, but most people haven't gotten them. The CDC says only about 22% of adults got the shot, 11% of children. The researchers say because of that, it took longer to gather enough data to assess how well the shots work. Studies coming out later this year will assess how effective the shot was at preventing symptoms severe enough to send people to doctors' offices or the hospital. I'm Ed Donahue.
More than 1,600 people have been killed in Haiti from October to December of last year. That from the UN. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
What's up, y'all? It's Fitz from the Country Top 40. Enjoy me this weekend because something's got Sam Hunt feeling a little nostalgic.
Growing up out there, running around on the farm and around those cows and horses.
What's got Sam Hunt slowing down a little bit? And the 40 biggest songs in country music this weekend on the Country Top 40 with Fitz right here.
The Bank of Salem Shazam Bolt's mobile app offers you a safe, easy, and fast way to manage your accounts, identifying potential fraud, finding surcharge-free ATMs, checking your balance, and providing alerts for purchases exceeding your designated amounts. Anytime, anywhere, even when the bank is closed, all from your mobile device. Shazam Bolts, a safer, easier, and faster mobile solution. Stop by the Bank of Salem for enrollment information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Message and data rates may apply.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station, welcome to Friday. Welcome to Groundhog's Day. I have not gotten the official word about Punxsutawney Phil yet. Did not really get a chance to look at it, but I know it's out there. I'll get it here in a second, hopefully, and I'll have it. Should be posted anytime shortly. But nonetheless, I want to tell you about the forecast because it's going to be a pretty good day today. I mean to tell you, I think you're going to like it. Now, it will not just be all sunshine, so there'll be some sun, some clouds, some sun, some clouds, kind of be intermittent, interwoven together, and we'll see that pretty much off and on throughout the day today. We will have an easterly breeze with us by a little bit later on this morning at about 5 to 10. So, yeah, we're expecting that, and we're expecting a pretty doggone good day today. So, enjoy it. High about 65, 66, may get as high as 67. Partly cloudy tonight. Low of 42, winds southeasterly 5 to 10. Partly sunny come Saturday. A little bit breezy with a high of 58. We will have southeasterly winds 10 to 15 and gusting to 25. For Saturday night, late, probably not until after midnight, but it could occur a little bit before that. We'll have clouds and a 50-50 chance of some showers. Low of 41. Winds will be directly out of the east at 10 to 15 and gusts to 20 to 25 miles an hour. For Sunday, 50-50 chance of showers into the afternoon. We'll have a high of 49, so it'll be a little cooler on Sunday. Cloudy all day, and an east breeze 5 to 10. Clouds Sunday night, low of 32, and sunny Monday and a high of 54 degrees. Currently at the KSMO studios right now, your hometown radio station, still 41 at KSMO. We do have a few small, thin, layered clouds, very, very high up in the sky. They're called cirrus clouds, and they're trying to make their way in. They are progressing from the west to southwest, and they are beginning to infiltrate. You'll see a little sunshine hitting them from the east, making it look a little gold up in the sky. Kind of cool looking. However, there'll be more of those come in, and it'll take away that sunshine eventually, but it should return a little bit later on this afternoon. That's at least the consensus of what it looks like on the long-term radar situation. And we're going to go with that. All right, so right now we have 3-mile-an-hour winds out of south, 90% relative humidity, 29.9, 7 inches of pressure. It's on the rise. Feels like about 39 here, KSMO Radio. Okay, so we invite you to stay right here. We're going to come back in 1 minute, get you up to date on local news. That's next. It's right after this.
Portable generators are a reliable backup power source, but they can be deadly if not used properly. To avoid carbon monoxide hazards, only operate generators outside, away from doors and windows, and install a carbon monoxide detector as a precaution. Before using a generator, be sure to educate yourself and others to ensure safety. Keep safety first, always. We are Missouri's electric cooperatives. Learn more at membersfirst.coop today.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the American Legion Post number 99, Looking Glass Salon, Salem Senior Center, and McCoy Vision Clinic, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
At KSMO Radio, well, the verdict's in. Punxsutawney Phil did not see a shadow, so Springer's going to come early. It's amazing how groundhog can do that. Anyway, nonetheless, 6 more weeks of winter, and then basically that's what's on the calendar. So it works out pretty well, doesn't it? Anyway, but nonetheless, that's what Punxsutawney Phil says, but that is in Pennsylvania. We'll see how it all works out. But anyway, nonetheless, that's what happened this morning up in Punxsutawney. Big celebration. Wonder if Bill Murray was there. He has been there for a few of those openings when they have Punxsutawney come out of his hibernation to take a look at the sun or not sun to make his prediction. Yeah. So anyway, pretty cool. Anyway, nonetheless, they've got a heck of a tourism feel around that for Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. I do know that. All right, at the KSMO studio, 736. Let's look at news. Local news brought to you as a courtesy of all of us here at KSMO Radio. Of course, we're not just on the radio side. We're also streaming at KSMOradio.com. KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube. So whether you're on AM or FM or streaming, we thank you for being along on your Friday morning. Groundhog Day. According to the groundhog, 6 weeks until spring. So we'll have an early spring this year. All right, let's see what's happening locally in news. The Dane County Commission met Thursday morning at the courthouse. Amanda Sapal, the SB 40 board, brought in the appointments to her board for commissioner approval. Those appointees were Wendy Pryor, Kathy Deal, and Phil Christensen, and the commission approved all 3. Tom Haynes was also in attendance and told the commissioners that in his research on the Glad Bridge replacement or Standing Rock Bridge, he said that MoDOT's only planning to make it a 26-foot wide bridge instead of a 30-foot bridge like the one on Highway 3272 East near MFA. He wanted to know if the county knew anything different or talked with MoDOT about the bridge, and they have not. Haynes said he would continue to call Senator Brown and Representative Copeland and plead his case in his efforts to try to expand the width of that bridge that would allow for hikers and those riding bikes to be able to cross the bridge safely with shoulder room. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Wes Mowbray did say that rock was going to be added and grading done on Dent County Road 6240, while only grading was going to be done on County Road 6630. Mowbray said work on the hangars for the salt spreaders continues when workers are available, as there's a lot of welding to be done. District 2 Commissioner Gary Polk said rock can be added and grading done on Dent County Roads 2260 and 5340, while only grading was going to be done on County Roads 2240 and 3220. He also reported brush was going to be cut on County Roads 3300 and 3310. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson reported that the Merrimack Regional Planning Commission will be working with the county on the distribution of the opioid settlement funds. More information will be released on that once all the agreements are in place. Zach Moser with the Dent County Health Department came in to talk about revised statutes of Missouri, Chapter 205.100, where the county commission appoints a county public health officer so the health center can perform their duties following the law. Moser said it's just a formality. The commission then unanimously approved appointing Moser as the county public health officer. Moser also discussed the new food safety regulations proposed by the county health department, and those will go into effect on July the 1st. The health department also hired a lead inspector to go into houses and see where citizens are being exposed to lead. Corky Sack from AEA Engineering brought in a pay request from Alexander Construction Company for $10,018.99. This is for the change order the commission approved last week. At the last meeting, Commissioner Larson signed the LLEBG grant with the Missouri Department of Public Safety for the Dent County Sheriff's Department. This is a law enforcement block grant in the amount of $9,505.97. The next meeting of the commission will be Monday morning at 9 o'clock at the courthouse. That meeting will be open to the public. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey reported that Iron County Sheriff Jeffrey Burkett resigned from his office Wednesday, which is the day he was to appear in court to be impeached. Bailey had filed a petition for a quo warranto to remove Iron County Sheriff Burkett from office last summer. The quo warranto alleged that Burkett, quote, has knowingly or willfully failed and refused to perform official acts and duties with respect to the execution or enforcement of criminal laws of the state, and has engaged in willful acts of misconduct, malfeasance, misfeasance, and nonfeasance in office, unquote. Petition alleged that Burkett was unfit to hold office after allegedly helping Rick Gaston, an Iron County resident, with a plot to kidnap Gaston's children from their mother after a domestic dispute. After the quo warranto was issued, the Washington County prosecutor criminally charged Sheriff Jeffrey Burkett with one count of participating knowingly in a criminal street gang activity, a Class B felony, one count of tampering with a victim, a Class D felony, one count of attempting kidnapping in the third degree, a Class B misdemeanor, one count of stalking in the first degree, a Class E felony, one count of stalking in the second degree, a Class A misdemeanor, one count of unlawfully obtaining of criminal history information, a Class A misdemeanor, one count of unlawful disclosure of criminal history information, a Class A misdemeanor, one count of misuse of emergency telephone services, a Class B misdemeanor, and one count of making a false police report, a Class B misdemeanor. The Attorney General's office argued that Burkett, quote, abused his power and authority as the elected official by encouraging two deputies to make illegal arrests and detentions, knowing he had no jurisdiction or authority to do so, and knowing that the arrests and seizures lacked any probable cause or reasonable suspicion, unquote. Missouri Department of Transportation plans to improve some bridges in Texas County. 3 bridges on Highway 137 will be replaced. The bridges to be replaced include the Highway 137 bridge over Pine Creek, located north of Texas County Road 3780, the bridge over Big Creek between Boster Road and Big Creek Road, and the bridge over the south prong of Jack's Fork between Route U and Route AZ. Construction to replace the bridges could begin as early as spring of 2025. The roadway will be closed in the vicinity of each of those bridges for approximately 3 months during this time. Maps, plans, and other information prepared by the Missouri Department of Transportation or interested agency will be available for public inspection and copying at the Missouri Department of Transportation's regional office in Willow Springs. Any person affected by these projects may request that a public meeting be held in regard to the proposed improvements. For more information, contact MoDOT Project Manager Pete Berry at 417-469-6242 or MoDOT Area Engineer Elquin Alaya at 417-469-6286. Comments and questions can also be submitted online at modot.org. In the search bar, look for the Texas County Bridges. Submit your comments by February 11th. And don't forget, today is the first day for the Volunteers for AARP to help people with their free tax filing assistance at the Community Center at the Armory. It begins today and will last through Friday, April the 5th, on Fridays only. You can make your appointment by calling the Salem Community Center at the Armory, 729-8163. Again, this service is provided entirely by the AARP trained volunteers. It's the 20th year that they've matched up with our friends at Healthy County to partner and provide this free service to our community. These volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms and schedules. That includes Form 1040, but the Volunteer Protection Act requires that the volunteers stay in the scope of the program. So if the counselors feel they do not have adequate knowledge of your return, or it's too complex, you may need to seek another qualified counselor, or you may actually have to seek paid tax help. Call down and make your appointment now, 729-8163. 729-8163, the Salem Community Center at the Army, 1200 West Trotter Road, and they can instruct you on what information you need to bring with you for your meeting with the AARP tax volunteers. Sports is next after this.
The Spotlight on Soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. University of Missouri Extension ag economist Ben Brown says drought-stunted 2023 soybean yields mean producers should keep an eye on supply-side market signals.
There could be some opportunities for some basis markets here in the spring as we're working with that lighter old crop supply that allow farmers to see a little bit of a run in a cash market. However, I think the futures market's going to work against us in some cases.
He adds that lower overall inputs could translate to greater profitability for Missouri growers.
That's largely driven by lower variable costs like fertilizer, chemicals, and seed. However, I have increases in some of our ownership costs. Those machinery expenses continue to increase and remain sticky. Labor costs remain sticky. And then we've seen a doubling in the interest expense.
Learn more online at mosoy.org. From Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
7:45 at KSMO in sports. The Salem boys basketball Tigers be hosting Willow Springs tonight. It's SCA play right here at the Salem High School gym. A freshman will have a half a game beginning at 5 this evening. JV game should begin close to 5:40, 5:45. Varsity game between the Tigers and Bears will start between 6:45 and 7. Salem is 2-0 in the SCA Conference, 11-9 on the year. The Bears are 8-12 on the year, 0-2 in the SCA. Game will be on KSMO Radio and video streamed on KSMO Media. Salem Lady Tigers fell to Mountain View Liberty last night, 59-22. The Lady Tigers have lost 6 straight. And now it's 4-17 on the year. They're 1-3 in the SCA Conference. Lady Tigers will be hosting Cuba Monday, 5:30, starting with the JV contest with the varsity game to follow. Varsity game will be heard on KSMO Radio and we'll video stream it on KSMO Media as well. Missouri Tigers play Vanderbilt Saturday afternoon at 2 in the SEC Conference play. The Tigers have lost 8 straight in 11 of their last 12 games. They are 8-13 on the season, 0-8 in the SEC Conference. You can hear the game on KSMO Radio. And that's a look at news and sports brought to you as a courtesy of all of us here at KSMO. It's 7:46 and time for the daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones, 907 South Pershing. Call them if you have a question or 2 or 3 or 10. 729-3831. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, bringing you our daily investment report. Given that report this morning, Teresa Whalen. Teresa.
This is Teresa Whalen bringing you the daily financial market report on behalf of financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash and also Edward Jones. Today's U.S. equities closed higher. The Dow closed up 370 points to close at 38,520. The NASDAQ closed up 198 points to close at 15,362. The S&P closed up 61 points to close at 4,906. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 3.85%. The price of crude oil was down $2.02 to close at $73.83, and the spot price of gold was up $5.40 to close at $2,072.80. For stocks of local interest, we have Ameren Corporation at $70.70, up $1.13. AT&T 18.04, up 35 cents. Boeing 209.81, down $1.23. Dollar General 136.02. Up $3.95. ExxonMobil 102.39, down 42 cents. McDonald's 298.08, up $5.36. Microsoft 403.78, up $6.20. PepsiCo 171.70, up $3.17. Pfizer 27.29, up 21 cents. Procter & Gamble 159.18, up 204. U.S. Bancorp, $40.89, up 65. I apologize. That's down 65 cents. Walmart, 168.31, up $3.06. This has been today's Financial Market Report, brought to you on behalf of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing, right here in Salem, Missouri, bringing you this Wall Street to Main Street report.
Thank you, Teresa. And don't forget to join us again here at KSMO for your next daily investment report coming your way right here on KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Brought to you as a courtesy of the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. For more information, call 729-3831 or drop by 907 South Pershing. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, CDs, municipal bonds, treasury bills, different things of that nature. There's different types of funds that you might be interested in as well. Get in touch with them, 729-3831. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. At the KSMO studios, we invite you to keep it right here at KSMO as we have our weather coming your way next on Operation Weather Watch. That's just moments away. Keep it here. KSMO, Salem, Missouri. It's 7:49.
The Cardinals magazine, the care and quality of its presentation, the thick paper, the glossy photographs, and photographs from Stan Musial to Lou Brock to Jim Edmonds to the present-day players, the Cardinal tradition, the history. It will put you right there in Busch Stadium behind home plate like no other magazine. And it's easy to start a subscription. Just call 314-345-9000 or visit cardinals.com/magazine.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
It's Winter Car Care at K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find great deals on Park City Conventional 5 quarts of motor oil and MicroGuard filter, $26.99. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Fuel Additive for $17.99. And Lucas High Mileage Fuel Treatment for $8.99. That's at K&H Auto Supply, your Park City Auto Parts store.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
7:50 at KSMO. Time for weather on Operation Weather Watch. A complete summary of weather in the region and the KSMO listening area, brought to you by your friends at Healthy Dane County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory, where they're offering those line dancing dance classes again starting Tuesday night, 6:30 at the Salem Community Center at the Armory. You don't pay ahead of time. Pay $5 per person at the door when you show up. Rosalie Wright will be your instructor. And again, that'll be the line dancing dance classes beginning Tuesday night, 6:30, and every Tuesday in February at the Salem Community Center at the Army. If you got questions, call 739-1127. 739-1127. Line dancing dance classes, $5 per person per time at the Salem Community Center at the Army. Always a good time with Rosalie Wright. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend it. Well, as we look at the weather, some mid to high level clouds are trying to make their way through our area. They'll stick around off and on through the morning hours, then they'll leave. They'll fade away. We'll have more sunshine, then they'll come back in this afternoon. So a thicker cloud layer will be in place as we move through the afternoon, though, and high temperatures will be a bit cooler than yesterday because we will not elevate the temperatures because of the clouds that'll be rolling in a little bit later on this morning. A little bit thicker ones. And so we'll have the clouds. We'll have the sun, we'll have the clouds, we'll have the sun, we'll have the clouds again. Only a couple of degrees difference than yesterday, but maybe 3 to 5 degrees. We may hit to about 62, 65 today. Out west, they may actually get to near 70, 67 to 69. Southeast winds will be at about 10 to 15 by this afternoon. And as for tonight, the area will be dry, as no rain will move into our area until probably late Saturday night. Now, Saturday itself, rain will be moving slowly west to east throughout the day. We're probably not going to see, as I mentioned, till the late evening. Cans have most of the heavier rain falling Saturday evening and Sunday morning. Therefore, most of the day Saturday should not be affected whatsoever. A few sprinkles are possible, but the highest pop-ups will be occurring after sunset on Saturday night out west, probably after midnight in our area. Temperatures will cool down this weekend due to the rain and clouds. Saturday will be somewhat mild, though, with highs still in the mid-50s to low 60s. Saturday will also feature very breezy conditions. Tightening pressure gradients will make those winds gust to 25 miles an hour or so, possibly as high as 30 in our area. If you're out west of Highway 65, you could see wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Winds will then shift to the east and then northeast and remain brisk from Saturday night through Sunday, as that low pressure will pass to our south. Now, Sunday, rain will taper off by Sunday afternoon late, but the skies will remain overcast the rest of the evening. Highs on Sunday should drop back into the upper 40s to low 50s. Northeast winds will be blowing at that time at 10 to 15. Mid-level ridging will come back into the Central Plains at the start of next week, bringing that sun right back and above average temperatures again. Expect highs to be up into the upper 50s, maybe low 60s by Wednesday. Though rain returns Thursday, there will be some differences regarding the magnitude and track of that shortwave energy that's embedded into that southwest flow. So the overall pattern does support some chances of rain by Thursday, but not a lot of rain. 20 to 40% chance of getting some rain at this time. That could change as time does go on. However, the mild temperatures are expected to stick around. We topped out 68 yesterday. 34 was our low. Normal highs 46, normal low 25. Record high 76. That was set in 2020. Minus 11. That's the record low in 1951. No rain yesterday for the month. We're standing at zilch for the month of February. And normal for the month of January right now would be 2 3/5 inches. We've had 5 17/20 inches of rain this month, or I should say last month. 7:09 the time of sunrise and 5:30 the time of sunset. The extended forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, calling for sunshine Tuesday, high 57. Few clouds will meander in Tuesday night with the low of 34. We'll call it partly sunny Wednesday, and high is still around 57, 58. Clouding up Wednesday night, low of 44, and then clouds expected throughout the day. Thursday, a bit breezy, high of 58 with a chance of some shower activity. That local forecast and our current conditions next in a moment.
The Healthy Dent County Fitness Center is proud to announce that they are now offering free memberships to those who have the Silver Sneakers program, which is a benefit available through many Medicare plans. Silver Sneakers is the nation's leading community fitness program designed exclusively for older adults. Getting started is as easy as calling the Healthy Dent County Fitness Center at 739-1127 to see if you qualify, or stop by and sign up at the Fitness Center office, take a tour of the facility, and start working out at no cost. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, partnering together for your well-being. Stop by 1200 West Trollo Road or call 739-1127 to get all the details. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, together for your benefit.
At the KSMO studios right now, your hometown radio station. Well, we have some sunshine making its way through, but there's some high, thin cirrus clouds out there. It's not really affecting the sun yet. It will as we move through the morning, and that's the interesting part. And definitely want to make sure that when you're out and about today, enjoy what you can with the weather-wise, because it will change as we move through the day. So we're going to have some sun, we'll have some clouds, we'll have some sun, we'll have some clouds. It'll be bouncing back like that off and on to the day. But it will be a mild day. 40, I should say, we'll start out this morning into the 40s. We'll move up into the 60s, but this afternoon should be a great day. Winds out of east, 5 to 10 miles an hour, eventually by later on this morning. Then partly cloudy tonight, low of 42 at southeast winds, still at 8 to 10. Partly sunny tomorrow, breezier with southeast winds 10 to 15, gusting to 25. We'll have a high of 58. We will have Saturday night a 50-50 chance of showers developing, probably not till after midnight, but it could be pretty late Saturday night. Low of 41, winds easterly at 10 to 15, gusting to 20. 50-50 chance of more rain Sunday morning into the afternoon. High of 49 with still clouds all day. Winds will be easterly at 10 to 15. Clouds Sunday night, low of 32, and sunny Monday, high of 54 degrees. Currently at the KSMO studios, we have sunshine here at KSMO Radio. We do have sunshine, a few high, thin, cirrus clouds. I'm not going to sit around out there. They are. And we do have 96% relative humidity. We have winds. They're out of south at 3 miles an hour, 29.98 inches of pressure. That's moving up. Feels like 38 right now with the sunshine coming through those high, thin, cirrus clouds. There you have it. A look at weather on Operation Weather Watch. A complete summary of weather in the region and the KSMO listening area. It's all brought to you as a courtesy of Healthy County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory. A week away from their Valentine's dance. That's next Friday. Opens 6 o'clock. The doors do open. Music gets underway at 6:30. It'll last about 9:30 or so. $5 per person at the door. You have to be 18 or older to enter. It's a night of live country and pop music with Candy and the Cowboy. Well, come on out. Have some great food, some dancing. Concessions will be available. If you have questions, call 729-8163. Talk with Jackie. That's a Valentine's Dance next Friday night, sponsored by Kurt's Mobile Home at Healthy County and the Salem Community Center at the Armory, featuring Candy and the Cowboy. Hope you can make it out. And should be a fun time. At KSMO Radio, back in a moment we come with a look at civic happenings next.
Did you know there is someone at your local hospital who can help you manage and understand the challenges of today's healthcare decisions? I'm Lisa Delaney, Director of Social Services at Salem Memorial District Hospital. If you have questions about Medicare or Medicaid, rehabilitation services, long-term care placement, or advanced healthcare planning, call me at 573-729-6626 to discuss your needs. We are committed to every patient, every encounter, every time.
Are you having a hard time finding ag podcasts? We can help. The podcast directory at agriamerica.com allows you to search by category and topic, so it's quick and easy to find what you're looking for. Ag Chicks, Farm for Profit, Heart of Rural America, the Shark Farmer Podcast, Real Ag Radio, and more are featured on Agri-America. Our extensive directory has something for everyone. Discover a new ag podcast today by visiting agriamerica.com. That's agriamerica.com.
At KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, it's time for news. It's time for civic news, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO on our Civic Record, a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Our Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO and your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. A new month. Start looking for great values. It's market month, too, and you're going to find different pieces available, and you're going to find all kinds of values, and you're going to find all kinds of great things going on at Southtown Furniture, and they want you to be a part of it. Stop on by and check things out. Be it appliances, furniture, bedding, floor coverings, accessories. Yeah, it's all going to be under one roof, making it easy for you. And you don't have to go very far. It's right here in town. Southtown Furniture in Salem. Truly where the bargains are. Bringing you our Civic Record. Remember, they're located at 1601 South Highway 19, open Monday through Saturday. You can call them 729-3422 or go online and browse around on the browser that you have at 729. No, I don't think so. At SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. Southtown Furniture in Salem, truly where the bargains are. Dallas Snodgrass of Vienna passed away Thursday, January 25th, at the age of 77. Funeral services for Dallas Snodgrass will be held 11 this Saturday morning at the Church of Christ in Vienna. Visitation will be at the church this evening from 5 to 7. Interment will be with full military honors at the Vienna Public Cemetery. Dallas Snodgrass is survived by his wife Terry of the home, sons Dustin Keith Snodgrass and wife Lori of Sperry, Oklahoma, and William Joseph Snodgrass and wife Amy of Vienna. Brothers Donald Snodgrass of Vienna, Billy Snodgrass and wife Melvina of Maida, Missouri, and Dennis Snodgrass of Vichy, a sister Vivian Sandbooth of Taos, Missouri, and a host of nieces, nephews, and friends, as well as 4 grandchildren. Memorials may be made to the Vienna Public Cemetery, their Historical Society, or the Vienna Jail Museum. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of St. James for Dallas Snodgrass, whose funeral services will be tomorrow morning at 11 at the Church of Christ in Vienna. Jefferson Jeff Edward C. of Salem passed away on January 20th at the age of 72. Memorial services for Jeff C. will be at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation will be from 11 till service time Saturday. Burial will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Jeff C., survived by his mother Shirley C. of Salem, children A.J. C. and wife Megan of Salem, Carrick C. and Tisha of Long Island, New York, his wife, Drusilla Howard and husband Dustin of Salem, and Lexi Keith and husband Jeremy of Salem. 10 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, a sister Liz Condrey of Salem, brothers William Cam C. of Eminence and Andy C. of Salem, and Aunt Drusilla Reese of St. Louis, and a special friend Mary Jane Lippert of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Memorials may be made to the Salem Public Library or the Love Pack Backpack Program. Memorials are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction and the care of Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Jefferson Jeff C., whose memorial services will be Saturday at 1 at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Frank Edward Gibson of Salem, formerly of St. James, passed away Tuesday at the age of 52. Funeral services for Frank Edward Gibson will be held on Tuesday, February 6th at 11 in the morning at the James and Guard Chapel in St. James. Visitation will be from 5 to 7 Monday evening at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar. Interment will be in the St. James Cemetery. Frank Edward Gibson, survived by his mother Eileen Gibson of St. James, son Ethan Gibson of Hackley, Texas, brothers James Gibson and wife Sandy of St. Clair Shores, Michigan, and Jesse Gibson and wife Stacy of St. James, and a host of nieces, nephews, and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of St. James for Frank Edward Gibson, whose funeral services will be at 11 Tuesday morning at the James and Gar Chapel in St. James. Tonight, the Salem Eagles Club is preparing an all-you-can-eat pork tenderloin dinner. It's got all the fixings, and it's incredibly good. If you have not ever had it, I'm highly recommending it. Now, the cost is $12 a plate. That'll be served from 5 to 8 tonight at the Eagles Club. Now, if you like, stick around for karaoke. That'll follow from 7 to 11 tonight with Backwoods Productions. The Eagles Club invites all out for their all-you-can-eat pork tenderloin dinner, $12 a plate from 5 to 8 o'clock, and then have some fun with some karaoke from 7 to 11 the rest of the night with Backwoods Production. Both events are open to everybody. Come on out to the Eagles Club on Highway 32 West, just past the airport. It's located on the north side of Highway 32, and again, all are welcome to attend. Creative Arts Center will host an introduction to wheel throwing 3-class series beginning Monday and Tuesday of next week, followed by a 3rd class on Tuesday, February 13th. The classes will be from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening, and they'll be instructed by Tana Kettner and Wanda Nichols. This introductory class will include 3 sessions, which will focus on the throwing on the wheel, trimming and adding handles, and then glazing consecutively. In this class, you'll learn the basics of working with clay on the potter's wheel and create your own small wheel thrown piece to take home. Future classes will be offered for more advanced throwing. Short fingernails are highly recommended for this class. The cost is $80 and includes all of your supplies. At least 4 students need to sign up to make the class happen. A 6-student maximum is only allowed, so not a lot of leeway in there. Class registrations are on a first-come, first-served basis with the online registrations. Interested persons can sign up under programs at SalemCommunityBetterment.com's website for the activities at the Creative Arts Center. If you need more information, you can contact Tana Kettner at tanakettner65@gmail.com. It's TANAKETTNE65@gmail.com. Now is the time to start planning what you'd like to plant in the community garden for 2024. Master gardeners Charlie Grimm, Pam Bierman, Katie Ann Sullivan, and Tom Haynes are prepping the community garden to get ready for the 2024 gardening season. Community garden's been around now going on 15 years. It's located at Salem United Methodist Church in the far southeast corner behind the church. If you're interested in having a plot at the community garden in 2024, please call Charlie Grimm, 573-368-9902. Garden plots are open to anyone who wants to have one. Your first one is absolutely free. Small charge if you want additional ones. Gardening tools and water will be available to you, and all you need to do, provide your seeds and your love of gardening. And they will be having classes throughout the growing season on a number of different topics. They've had them in seed saving and when to plant and canning in the past. I'm sure they'll have those again. And if there's a subject you would like to have addressed by one of the master gardeners, they can do that in an upcoming class in the summer. Contact Charlie or the Denton County Extension at 729-3196. Charlie's number again is 573-368-9902. Creative Arts Center offer a free folk art quilled hearts Tuesday, February 6th, from 6 to 8 in the evening with Ellen Reynolds. Using recycled paper, students will receive instruction in forming paper straws and then turn them into various quilled elements. These will be assembled in unique heart designs. A touch of red paint and a ribbon can complete each work of art. Each project will be original in design and perfect to give as a Valentine's Day gift or just to hand around. Class is open to students from high school through adults. At least 6 students are needed for the class with no more than 12. It's $12 per person and includes all the supplies. Class registrations on a first-come, first-served basis with those online registrations first. Interested persons can sign up under programs at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website for those activities at the Creative Arts Center. More of our Civic Record when we do come right back in just a moment.
Southtown Furniture in Salem is your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers. Speed Queen is the most dependable washer and dryer available today, featuring their famous commercial design using only the highest quality metal components. These components are tested for over 10,000 cycles or 25 years of life at 8 loads per week. Your clothes will always come out cleaner with Speed Queen's large size agitator and wash tub, both rotating, allowing water to move through the heaviest fabric to create a better, gentle wash. Stop by Southtown Furniture today, your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem. It's Southtown Furniture.
Continuing with our Civic Record, the Creative Arts Center will host a Hearts and Love Knots wheat weaving class next Wednesday from 5:30 to 8 with Suzanne Douglas. In this class, you'll learn how to create both a traditional woven wheat love knot and a heart called a modiford. Love knots and modifords have been made and given for hundreds of years as a token of love and affection. Love knots are traditionally given to a sweetheart, while the hearts are traditionally given to a close loved one or hung in the home to represent the love in the home. Class is open to students 15 years of age and older. At least one student is needed for the class and a maximum of 6. Cost is $25 and includes all the supplies. Class registrations are on a first-come, first-served basis with the online registration. Interested persons can sign up under programs at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website for the activities at the Creative Arts Center. Speaking of activities, they'll be having a Getting to Know Your Camera Better Photography Fundamentals class with Bob Phelan. That'll be on the 8th of February and again on the 15th from 6 until 8 o'clock. Learn the fundamentals of how to use your camera, what it does, how to interpret the information it gives you so you can produce images that make you happy. Film or digital, doesn't matter. If you want to take better pictures of your kids, learn wildlife photography techniques, shoot high school sports, can't figure out why you're not getting the results you want, all this is covered in the Photography Fundamentals class. It's open to anybody 12 years of age and older. At least 3 students are needed for the class to be held, with a maximum of 20, and each class has handouts and a camera cleaning kit. Cost is $30 for both sessions. That includes all the supplies. Those registrations on a first-come, first-served basis. Interested persons can sign up under programs at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website for the activities at the Creative Arts Center, and that is the Photography Fundamentals class with Bob Phelan, and that will be on February 8th and 15th from 6 to 8 o'clock. Salem Public Library's preschool program will be held on Tuesday, February 13th at 10:30 in the North Basement Meeting Room. The library itself will not be open until 1 that day due to staff development. The Salem Public Library's preschool program will still be held Tuesday, February 13th, 10:30 in the North Basement Meeting Room, but the library itself will be closed that day until 1 o'clock for staff development. Mark Twain Beekeepers Beginners Beekeeping Class will be held on February 17th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the VIP Properties location, 102 East 4th. The cost is $55 per person, $90 for a couple or duo. A traditional lunch meal of mouth-watering comfort foods will be provided. You will not leave hungry. They guarantee that. And the payment for the class is due on or before February 5th. That's February 5th. So that's coming up like pronto fast on Monday. For registration or more information, call Greg, 573-689-2254. That's 689-2254. Mark Twain Beekeepers Beginners Beekeeping Class, February 17th, 9 a.m., 4 p.m. That's a Saturday, by the way, at VIP Properties, downtown Salem. And at the Salem Nutrition site today, they'll serve up spaghetti with meat sauce, garlic bread, Italian vegetables, lettuce salad, and milk. Now, again, all ages are welcome to attend. Come on out, be a part of the meal at the Salem Community Center right here in Salem. It's the nutrition site inside the Salem Senior Center. 604 North McGrath Lane. 11 to 12:30 is when they serve lunch. Don't miss out. It's always a great meal. And if you're 60 and above, your suggested contributions, $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7. Again, if you have questions, call 729-2373. And again, don't forget the meal for today at the Salem Nutrition site. Spaghetti with meat sauce, garlic bread, Italian vegetables, lettuce salad, and milk. And don't forget that menu can change without notice, and lunch is served 11 to 12:30. That has been the Civic Record, a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here, KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and your friends at Southtown Furniture. Never a bad time to check things out furniture-wise or appliance-wise to see what's out there. You know, if you're not out and about, maybe you haven't needed a new washer or dryer in 15 to 20 years. And you don't really weren't that interested if you see anything on TV or have come across something in a periodical, paper, whatever it might have been, just didn't grab your attention because you didn't need it. Now you need it, and all of a sudden you want to find out more. So I'm going to tell you something right now. So if you're out and about and you're just browsing, maybe you got 15 minutes, 25 minutes to just kind of do your own thing, well, maybe head on into Southtown, browse around the appliances and see what they have to offer. From chest freezers, stand-up freezers, refrigerators, washers, dryers, dishwashers. There's a bevy of different appliances, and maybe just one of those might be one you might be needing soon. Maybe you won't need it for 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2. But at least you'll know what's out there so you can make some maybe more little intellectual decisions on what you might want. So feel free to call your friends at Southtown Furniture, 729-3422, to go online at southtownfurnituresalem.com. Better yet, if you have the opportunity, just visit. Right here in Salem, 1601 South Highway 19. They'd love to see you come in the store, and you can ask those questions directly. You can touch that refrigerator or washer or dryer. You can see how the door opens. You can see how it all looks and feels. Sometimes you just can't get that off of the internet. It really doesn't make it as conducive to understanding just how big it might be. And, get all the dimensions you need. And you can find out all that information. Head down to Southtown. Southtown Furniture in Salem. Truly where the bargains are, ready to assist you in finding your next piece of furniture, bedding, appliance, accessory, or floor covering. Southtown Furniture, part of the Bonner family of furniture stores, serving you since 1922. Okie dokie, we've got some statewide news coming up from the Missouri Net. We have that Salem Nutrition Center's menu, got AP news, we got sports, we got agribusiness news, a lot of good stuff on the way. Keep it here, KSMO, and Tiger basketball tonight. They take on the Bears of Willow Springs. 5 o'clock is the freshman game. It's only going to be 2 quarters now. 5 o'clock freshman game, 2 quarters. The JV will then play, and they'll have their full game. And then the varsity matchup will be the final game of the night. Probably between 6:45 and 7 is when that's going to get underway. That'll be right here on KSMO. Come on out and support your Tigers at the SHS Gym. And if you're like to watch it, you can. We'll be streaming that video on KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube. Hope you're with us for Tiger basketball SCA play against the Willow Springs Bears.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Tax Masters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem. Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMOradio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free!
Just inside of half court. Bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with 2 hands, and pushed it on the way down. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins.
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. Missouri Governor Mike Parson is going to visit the U.S. border at Eagle Pass, Texas this weekend, along with 14 other Republican governors, to be briefed on what Texas is doing to block illegal immigrants from entering the U.S. at that location. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley says he's happy that Parson's making the trip.
We need somebody to address the border because clearly Joe Biden's not going to do it. He could close the border tomorrow if he wanted to, and I call on him again to do it. We've got more drugs pouring into Missouri than we can keep count of. We've got kids who are dying from fentanyl overdoses that's coming across the southern border.
When asked if Missouri National Guard troops should be deployed to help the Texas Guard with border security, Hawley said he'd leave that to Governor Parson. The owner of a Sedalia construction company is likely headed to federal prison for failing to pay nearly $136,000 in employment taxes that he withheld from his employees' paychecks. 48-year-old Floyd Gronk III pleaded guilty in federal court in Kansas City. Gronk started Transition Construction in 2010 with most of his revenues coming from a firm that operates a hotel and assisted living facilities throughout Missouri. He kept his workers' federal income tax withholdings taken out of their paychecks, as well as Social Security and Medicare taxes. Instead of forwarding that money to the IRS each month, he used it for personal expenses. State workers in Missouri are being offered incentives to recruit more people to most state agencies. The Show Me's Got Talent program pays employees bonuses if someone they refer gets hired and stays employed for 90 days. Don Swayze with the Missouri Office of Administration says incentives range from $250 to $500 per hire.
That current state team member does have to go help us. They have to go help recruit that individual. And then, yes, if they're ultimately the ones selected to fill a position, they qualify per hire.
The $500 incentive is awarded for positions designated as, quote, hard to fill. MoDOT, the Department of Conservation, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol are not part of the program. This is Missouri Net.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
A strike could be brewing for one beer giant. Anthony Morabith reports.
The International Brotherhood of Teamsters that work at Anheuser-Busch are threatening a nationwide strike amid contract negotiations. They want their demands met or they'll stage a national walkout. Anheuser-Busch Teamsters want job protection, increased retirement benefits, and wage increases. On December 16th, 5,000 Teamsters at the 12 breweries across the country voted by 99% to authorize a strike. If the strike happens, beer production would stop. Some media reports indicate that about 4,500 people work for the St. Louis-based brewery in the region. The current contract expires on February 29th.
St. Louis-based Schnucks is cracking down on how many items customers can purchase at their self-checkout lanes. The lanes at each of the chain's grocery stores will limit customers to 10 items or fewer. In a statement, the company says it's designed to reduce retail theft while keeping prices low. This is Missouri Net.
Brownfield farm broadcasters are on the ground at state, national, and sometimes international events throughout the year, providing timely and relevant news to its audience. They utilize several social media platforms and digital channels to engage with viewers and listeners and stay up to date with agricultural news. Brownfield, a brand farmers and ranchers know and trust. Learn more at brownfieldagnews.com.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station. Let's see what's cooking at the Salem Nutrition Center today. They will be serving up spaghetti with meat sauce, garlic bread, Italian veggies, lettuce salad, and milk. Lunch is served from 11 to 12:30. And everybody, all ages, are welcome to attend. The suggested contribution for those under the age of 60 is $7. If you're 60 and above, it's $5. And the Salem Nutrition Center is located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. Got any questions? Call 729-2373. Again, lunch today will be spaghetti with meat sauce, garlic bread, Italian vegetables, lettuce, salad, and milk from 11 to 12:30 at the Salem Nutrition site, 604 North McGrath Lane. And again, everybody is welcome. And don't forget, too, that the menu can change without notice. Every weekday, we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center's menus, a courtesy of all of us at KSMO. Stick around for AP News and Sports on the Missouri Net, next on KSMO Radio.
My mom's got a new Case IH tractor, and it can do it all. Bale hay all day. See in the dark with its powerful LED lights. Hook up all the implements. Shift like a race car, steer with ease. And it can also cool my juice box. Yeah, her Case IH tractor can do everything she needs it to.
Looking for a tractor that can do it all? Check out caseih.com.
Your weekend entertainer, KSMO Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Word just in on our jobs. Employers added a surprisingly strong 353,000 jobs in January. It's a sign of the economy's continued strength. That word just in this morning. Punxsutawney Phil is predicting an early spring. The good news this morning prompting Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who was there at the Groundhog Day celebration, to make this announcement.
I'm here to announce that Phil is the new official state meteorologist to Pennsylvania.
Punxsutawney Phil's prediction of an early spring will be good news for those on the West Coast who've been dealing with heavy rain, damaging winds, and snow in some places. And then there's Alaska, where temperatures have been well below zero. The remains of 3 American service members killed in a drone attack in Jordan on Sunday will be returned home to the U.S. today. President Biden will be there at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. The AP's Sagar Magani.
The Pentagon is signaling a significant response to Iran-backed militias that continue hitting U.S. forces and ships in the Middle East. Previous strikes have not deterred the attacks. Now, after a drone attack killed 3 American soldiers in Jordan.
At this point, we should. It's time to take away even more capability than we've taken in the past.
Yemen's Houthi rebels have kept up attacks in the Red Sea, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says while some militias claim they're stopping hostilities under fear of retaliation.
I don't think the adversaries are of a one-and-done mindset. And so they have a lot of capability. I have a lot more.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
This is AP News. To Nairobi, Kenya now, and a deadly tragedy. The AP's Charles de Ledesma with this story.
A truck loaded with gas exploded, setting off an inferno that burned homes and warehouses in Kenya's capital, killing some people and injuring more than 270. Firefighters battled the fierce blaze. A flying gas cylinder had set off the fire that burned down the Oriental Godown, a warehouse that deals with garments and textiles. Other vehicles and businesses were damaged by the inferno too, that started around 11:30 p.m. on Thursday night. A government spokesman says many residents were likely inside when the fire reached their homes in the Nairobi neighborhood of Embakasi. At daybreak, the shell of the vehicle believed to have started the explosion was lying on its side. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Check out these great deals at K&H Auto Supply. Master Pro Red Spray Grease for $9.99. Mechanics Wear Fast Fit Black Work Gloves for $14.99 a pair. And a Performance Tool 120-volt LED drop light for $26.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
This is Cardinals broadcaster Ricky Horton. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back and on the fields in Jupiter, Florida. Spring Training 2024. It'll be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered and will be with you from the first pitch to the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark Sports Leader, KSMO.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Chiefs' first touchdown in Las Vegas will be this Sunday when the team plane lands at 5:10 local time, a week before Super Bowl 58. Chris Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, and Sky Moore limited in practice yesterday. Charles Omenihu is out for the defense with a knee injury. Linebacker Nick Bolton says that's a blow to the team.
He's one of those guys, man, that you hate to see him go down. And got a chance to play against his old team on that venue and that stage, man. So you feel for him for sure.
And the former Mizzou star dealt with a dislocated wrist himself and missed time during the season. Drew Tranquil filled in and was amazing, a testament to the depth of this defense.
I was kind of upset a little bit because I wanted to go out there. Our defense was playing good football. I didn't want our defense to slip down a little bit, but Drew came in, did a hell of a job, man, and those guys rallied around him.
This Super Bowl and getting a win would be monumental for the Chiefs. The rest of the AFC, and in particular their division rivals, are making moves to knock KC down off that perch. starting for next season. We still have a game to play. The Las Vegas Raiders are expected to hire former Arizona Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury as their offensive coordinator. In his 4 years with Arizona, their offense averaged nearly 24 points a game in that 4-year span. And the LA Chargers officially introduced Jim Harbaugh as their new head coach. He was a winner at the NFL level, going 44-19-1 with the 49ers before taking over the Michigan program. He's won no matter where he's coached, and he says the Chargers are ready to be relevant again in the AFC West.
The feedback I've been getting in the communication with the players, they want to work. They're ready to work, and they want to win. Hey, let's go.
The Mizzou Tigers will try to snap their 8-game losing streak. They visit Vanderbilt tomorrow. Mizzou is in last, 0-8. Vandy is 0-7. Assistant coach Dickie Nutt announced yesterday he is starting cancer treatments early next week in Columbia. He'll continue to scout opponents. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
What I remember most is the loneliness I felt, the separation from other people. At the end, drinking was no fun for me. Since I've started to attend AA meetings, the greatest gift is that I've become reconnected. I'm part of life again. I really like myself, and that's wonderful. AA is a miracle in my life.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
Hi, this is St. Louis Blues broadcaster Chris Kerber, and I want you to follow all the exciting action of the St. Louis Blues right here this season on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. They've been one of the longest-running St. Louis Blues affiliates, and if you can't make it to the game, the next best thing is listening right here. It's KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri, your radio home for the St. Louis Blues hockey.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station, right here, your hometown radio source. We want to tell you that at Country Mart today, you can stop on by and get yourself some Best Choice boneless, skinless chicken breasts. 2.5-pound bag, it's $4.98. You can also save on your ballpark beef or Angus beef franks, $3.88 a package, and save on your crab barbecue sauce. You can get 4 bottles for $5. Stop on by and save. You'll shop today, and you'll save today at Country Mart, Highway 3272 East, because they're here to help you save each and every single day, open 7 days a week. Forecast continues to call for some sun. There'll be a few clouds today. High, thin, cirrus clouds were really pretty much the rule this morning. They were rolling in, and they are still hanging around. They will be for a while. We will thicken those clouds up a little bit towards the later parts of the morning. Then we'll have actually those clouds probably pull out by early afternoon, and more clouds will come back in. Now, kind of keep that all in mind. We will have winds that'll be out of east at 5 to 10 miles an hour later on this morning. We haven't quite gotten that east wind yet. Still been pretty much out of the south all morning. But eventually it will make its way over to the east. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 42 with a southeast breeze, 5 to 10. Partly sunny Saturday, 58 for a high. We will have winds that'll be a little bit more brisk on Saturday. They'll be out of the southeast at about 10 to 15, gusting to 25 miles an hour. For Saturday night, we'll have clouds that'll be pretty prevalent throughout most of the, I'll say, late afternoon, early evening, and then late night it's going to be really cloudy. Low around 41. We will have a 50-50 chance of showers developing probably fairly close to midnight, more than likely after, but can't rule out a few light showers prior to midnight. East winds 10 to 15, gusting to 20 to 25. For Sunday morning and afternoon, 50-50 chance of showers, cloudy and a high of 49, with east winds 5 to 10. Cloudy Sunday night, low of 32, and then sunny Monday, back to 55 degrees. Currently at the KSMO studios right now at your hometown radio station, It's a fairly pleasant morning out there, not too much wind. We have 42 degrees right now at the KSMO studios. We have some sun, a few clouds, 3-mile-an-hour winds out of south, 100% relative humidity, though, and 29.98 inches of pressure. It's rising, and it feels like 41. For 42, feels like 41. Not too much difference you're going to tell out there at all. At KSMO Radio, your hometown radio source, we appreciate being a part of our Friday morning. It is Punxsutawney Phil Day, and Phil says we're going to have spring in about 6 weeks, an early spring, actually. So we'll go with that. Obviously, he's been a protagonist for a long time, telling you what's going to happen. So, hey, why not go with the groundhog? They'll know. Unfortunately, he is in Pennsylvania, so he's not seeing his shadow here or not seeing his shadow here. Been interesting to see. They should have a groundhog in every state. Check his shadow out. Well, can't take away from the fun of going to Punxsutawney, right? You betcha. And the KSMO Radio right now, we're getting ready for a little agribusiness news. And that agribusiness news brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO Radio. We are your hometown radio station. Right now, agribusiness news, it's the Missouri Report on KSMO Radio.
I'm Nicole Heslip with Agribusiness News. I'm Brownfield. With more concentration in the cattle herd, the CEO of CattleFax says that could signal good news for prices. Brownfield's Megan Grabner reports from the Cattle Industry Convention.
Randy Block says supplies are going to decline in 2024, 2025, and probably again in 2026.
If you think about our markets in total, we're still going to be in a situation that cattle prices will trend higher.
He tells Brownfield he's forecasting another increase in fed cattle prices.
2020, fed cattle prices averaged $1.09. Last year, fed cattle prices averaged $1.75. In 2024, I would say we're going to average closer to $1.85.
As for calf prices,
we're back at $1.60 in 2020. This year, they're going to average closer to $3 a pound for a 5.5 weight calf.
I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
Uncertainty about overall production in 2024 is helping to support the corn market. Angie Satzer with Consus Ag Consulting says there are 3 crops to be made this year.
We've got to get the Safrina crop. The Argentina crop was planted in December, so that's not even close yet to being in the bin. And then we have the U.S. crop. And obviously with the weather patterns the way they are and everything that we've seen, there's no such thing as a slam dunk.
She says burdensome corn supplies could tighten like in 2020.
This year we've got, a whole slew of additional world production to be paying attention to and some of these other things, but the crop's far from being made, and I think that's going to be what keeps the floor under this market and keeps speculators from piling on too much more.
The dispute process on Mexico's genetically modified corn ban is ongoing. Brownfield's Larry Lee has an update from Wisconsin's Corn, Soy, Pork Expo.
During a panel discussion on market development, Neil Caskey with the National Corn Growers Association said the U.S. Trade Representatives dispute panel process under the USMCA agreement is ongoing, and Canada has sided with the U.S.
They expect to have that put to bed sometime maybe this fall. And we expect to prevail. We have the treaty on our side, we have the law on our side, and we have science on our side.
And Brett Boydston with the U.S. Grains Council says the good news for farmers is,
at this time, we have not seen any trade disruptions as the result of this action.
They expect the dispute panel to side with the United States sometime this fall. I'm Larry Lee, Brownfield Ag News.
Meanwhile, the CEO of Growth Energy says the Biden administration's push for electric vehicles could threaten low-carbon fuel options. Speaking at the organization's Executive Leadership Conference Thursday, Emily Score said EV mandates aren't the only answer to reducing emissions.
It ignores the carbon savings potential within liquid fuels.
I'm Nicole Heslip with Brownfield.
This spotlight on soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. The Missouri Soybean Merchandising Council is currently on a trade mission in Brazil. Market Development Director Matt Amick says the 7 Missouri growers on the trip are learning about shipping infrastructure and farming in that country's key production areas.
What their growth in production will be, their export capacity, some of their distribution channels, regulatory requirements that farmers face. We're also hoping to learn more about their logistics and distribution.
Even though the U.S. and Brazil compete for customers, AMIC says it's important to maintain a close relationship with the world's largest soybean exporter.
We want to enhance that and collaborate on things like GMO acceptance and regulatory practices that allow both of our countries to keep markets across the world open.
Learn more at mosoy.org from Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Agri-America features the largest collection of agricultural podcasts, including popular titles such as...
Hi, this is Rob Sharkey, a fifth-generation farmer from Illinois. If you want to hear stories about agriculture, make sure you tune in to Shark Farmer Podcast today on Agri-America.
Hi, I'm Darren Hefty. Head over to Agri-America's podcast directory for the latest episode of the Ag PhD radio show.
Visit Agri-America's podcast directory at agriamerica.com/podcasts. agriamerica.com/podcasts.
Did you know that Salem Memorial District Hospital Rehab Department is growing and adding services? Hi, I'm Gina Daniels, the Director of Rehab at Salem Memorial Hospital. We have certified therapists